Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get started in just a second. In the meantime, you guys can turn on your original sound. And looks like everyone here has already played. Let me just double check. Oliver Chen, I've seen you, of course. Maya, Jana. Jana, is today your first performance seminar? Or you've been here before?
It's my second.
Okay, well, welcome. I think everyone else is, everyone else is pretty much a veteran. All right, let me check us in. I'll still announce just in case you want me to explain a little bit more. All right, Oliver is here. Manhar is here. Jana is here. Kai is here. Oliver is here. Pritash is here. And Grace is here. All right. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. This is Introductory Performance Seminar for Friday, February 28th. This is the 4:30 edition. My name is Julian, and we're going to be focusing today on you guys performing your pieces that you've prepared today, whether it's both hands or one hand. And you will be playing either a draft or a really polished version of it. And in the second half, we'll talk about how to make that performance better or things that you can learn from other people's pieces. Like we'll go over different movements and different musical concepts. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen and then we'll have our performance. It is a 30-minute class, so just be sure to stick around the whole time. Thank you so much. All right, first up today is going to be Jana. So I'm going to pass it over to you, Jana. And whenever you're ready, you can announce your name and whatever the piece is that you are playing for us. Okay?
I'm Jana and I'm playing Spanish Caballero.
All right, let's give her a nice round of applause. Very nice performance. This is not an easy piece. A lot of movements that we're going to talk about in the second half. For now, we're going to move forward. Well done on your performance, though. Let's go on to the next performer, which will be Manhar is next. Let me pass it over to Manhar.
Hello, my name is Manhar, and today I'll be playing a little piece by Robert Schumann.
a very difficult piece. Manhar, quick question. Did you memorize that? You looked like you were looking down mostly. Oh, you're muted, by the way.
No, I didn't memorize it.
Oh, okay, you're using music. Good job with this. You're almost there with this, by the way. You're almost there. Okay, Miss Kaya. We'll come back to you in the second half, of course. Pass it over to you.
Hi, my name is Kai, and I'll be playing I Will Always Love You.
All right, let's give her a big round of applause. My favorite part, in a weird way, was when you started to mess up, and yet you still found a way. I need to have the music in front of you. That's perfectly fine. 90% of it, or 96% of it, was memorized. That was a really good performance. Okay, so well done. It's really hard when you're performing, and if you make a mistake, to keep moving forward. It's everyone has trouble with that. So well done on that. I think that was pretty impressive. We'll come back to you in the second half. For now, let's move forward to Mr. Oliver Chen. Let's hear what you're up to, Mr. Oliver.
I think that might be Oliver Yu's piece.
Oh, is it? Did I click the wrong? Oh, you're right. We'll come back. We'll come back to you, Oliver Yu, in a second. Let's hear Oliver Chen.
Okay.
All right, very nice. Let's clap it up. And were you trying to do it from memory? But I saw you looking at the screen though.
Yeah, I trying to, but there's some parts where kind of difficult to memorize.
So you're like halfway there. Okay, good. We'll come back to you in the second half. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about memory. Now to Oliver, your fellow studio mate here. All right, here we go.
My name is Oliver Yu, and I'll be playing Dragonfly by William Gillock.
Nice. All right, very nice. Really nice performance. I like this piece actually. I might teach somebody this in the near future. It's very nice. All right, we got two more performers, and then we'll be shifting into the second half. We got Kritosh up next. Let me pass it over to you. You're playing the first two pages, right, Kritosh?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it. Announce your name and piece.
Hi, my name is Kritosh, and I'll be playing We Will Rock You.
All right, very nice. And he's going to add the chorus next week. So good job on just getting the draft for this piece this week. Again, we'll come back to you at one last performer here in the first half, and then we'll get into the next part of class where we talk about how to make everyone's pieces better. Let me pass it over to Grace.
My name is Grace, and I'm going to play the pillow dance left hand because I can't play with my right hand.
For the mono hand performance of the pillow dance. It'd be really hard to win a pillow fight with one hand if you only had one hand. Okay, going back to Miss Jana. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. The big thing in this piece, and somebody's already annotated this music, so I want to talk about the move here. I want to just make sure everyone knows this move. Now, Jana, this is your piece, so you can't really answer this first question because you'll know it immediately. But for anyone else, what does that symbol mean, and what's going on over here? Anybody can answer, just shout out at me.
Crossover.
It is a crossover, but that's not specific of an answer enough. I want a more specific answer.
It's like when you're playing one hand and then your hands go like this.
Okay, so you're saying all of the right information, but your hands look like a pretzel at the moment. So what is that called? When you make your hands into a pretzel in piano, we call that a... Come
Something.
on, put all the words together. It's hand crossover.
Oh.
So we got a hand crossover here because a crossover typically means that you're going to cross a finger over another finger. That's what it typically means. So we want to just be more specific. But you had the right motion, Miss Grace, and it would look very epic with the blue cast on. Okay, so I want everyone to try this opening, this A minor opening from here. Finger 3 in the left hand is on middle C, if you guys want to try Jana's piece, and finger 3 in the right hand is on treble C. And just practice. And it's kind of fun because you get to like whip your left hand over your right hand. That's just kind of fun opening, right, Jana? Is it pretty fun to play this opening? Yeah. And then if you get that already immediately, some of you may already know this piece. What is the name of the move that happens between measures 2 and 3? There's a move right here. This is not the right move annotated here. Somebody put a jump in here. It's not a jump. What is this move here between this position and this? I mean, I guess technically it is a jump. Technically, if you want to get very technical, but it's really, that's not the way to think of it. Anyone know? Your fifth finger is on A, and then your fifth finger is on G. What does that move? That is called a... Yeah, Oliver Chen.
I'm not necessarily sure. Is it a shift?
It is a shift. Good. And how much is the distance between the A and the G?
A step?
Very good. This is a shift by a step. So, Jana, if you want, this would be a great thing for you to annotate your music. That way you can start to identify movements. You're getting into this right now where you are in the books. I think this is the beginning of 2B, right? The orange book. You're starting to just now understand movement. We don't really talk about movement too much with you until you get to this point. So you're going to start seeing a whole bunch of these annotations, and there's going to be discussion about what those movements are, not only in this class, but also your own one-to-ones. I want to hear somebody else play this besides Jana. Who else can play this opening? Anyone got it? Oliver? Yeah, try it.
Me?
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. Oliver Chen. Sorry. That's it. And can you play the second group with the... Oh yeah, man, hard, go for it. Second group. Ba-da-da. That one.
Okay. I was ready for the other one.
Okay, yeah, you can try the G major. Okay, so yeah, you can try the A minor. Sure. Does anyone want to do both? Grace, you can't. 1 second. One, not Grace. Kurtosh, go for it. 1 second. Grace, I'll have something else I already thought about that you can do. 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's left hand, Kurtosh. We just talked about that.
Oh, so the right hand?
It's both hands. Did you miss the first part of the conversation?
Oh, no, I am playing both hands.
Oh, but your left hand should cross over your right hand because your right hand's on A, right?
So it's over like this.
Yeah. So it starts with left hand in normal position, right hand in normal position. That's okay. Let's move forward. I don't want to. You can move forward. But Jana, the main thing I wanted to suggest to you is that this piece is really fast. This is a very fast piece. A caballero. Did you look up what that means down here? Yeah, it's a horseman. Now, people don't ride horses every day. Oh, well, people ride horses every day, but it's not a typical thing that you'd see around town. But in this case, it's somebody probably who might have been a messenger, who might be, sending information. So they were trying to go fast. So this is a piece that you could probably push on the tempo quite a bit. The other thing I was going to say that you did really well was that you had a good sense of the beat, but I thought that the articulation would be your next thing. So all of these dots here, see what those mean? Can anyone help Jana? Or just, Jana, do you know what these mean?
They're staccatos, so you would play them individually.
Exactly. And very crisp on the sound. So the reason why it's important to have the right texture is that the texture that we play in our music is what makes the story come alive. Okay, so just think about that going forward. But really, really nice for your second performance seminar. It's actually great. Let's take a look at Manhar's piece. Manhar, you had a very, very difficult left hand, like super difficult, and you handled it really well. I'm actually super impressed with how smooth everything got. The main thing I wanted to contribute to your playing, and I want everyone else to try, these crescendi and diminuendi, or whatever you like to call them, crescendo and decrescendo, they are very difficult because they're so long. Now, if you have three notes, it's very easy, right? You get soft, loud, soft. How many notes is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 notes, which means you have to go from here, and this note needs to be softer than this note, which needs to be softer than this note. This is a very difficult task. How can somebody make a smooth crescendo? How can Manhar do this? Who has a tip for Manhar? How to get from 11, measure 11, all the way to this A in measure 13, and each note needs to be a little bit louder. How can we gradually play louder? It's really hard to just do it with your fingers. It's almost impossible. What's a very clever way to make a dynamic change consistently? Anyone know? Nobody knows? Okay. Here's an idea. I want you guys to all try it. I see Manhart trying it, or maybe he's doing it by accident. Is that you lean in. When you lean in very slowly on the piano, your hands will get gradually heavier, but just very little bit. Like when I say lean in, I don't mean like, bow to the piano, nothing like that. Just like this. So you're leaning in and you're slowly leaning in. Try it. Put your hands on the piano, and as you play, slowly lean in and notice that your hands will get gradually heavier as long as you are balanced in your position. And then let's hear Manhar play this. Why don't you want to play it for us, Manhar? Let's hear this crescendo. This is the next thing you need to get.
Okay. All right. All right.
It's very good. That's actually really, really nice. It's not perfect, but it's really, really nice what you just said. I don't know if you hear the difference. Do you hear the difference?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, when you do that, you don't just signal that you're good at piano. You signal that you care about what you're doing. So it's like a really nice improvement to your performance. Really, really nice. So try to do that. That goes for everybody. When you have a dynamic, add the dynamic in. The dynamic is how loud or how soft we play in the music. All right, moving forward. Miss Kaya, it's great, really nice performance. And like I said, the main thing that I was impressed with was that you did not stop when you made a mistake. You kept going. That's for everybody. When we mess up, try whatever you need to do to move forward. It's really hard to do that. I'd like to give you a chance to see if you can go back over that. Just we don't need to have everyone else play your piece here, but can you play from 15? You might want to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, right? It's like all of a sudden everything's smooth. You're like a little bit less nervous and everything's fine, right? Can I give you a tip? Your best strategy from now until when you perform in the honors recital will be to do backwards practice. I'm going to give you honors for sure on this. This is really good performance. You need to do backwards practice, okay? So backwards practice means you start from 18 and play to the end. Then you go start from 17 and you play to the end. This is for everybody, by the way. If you're trying to sharpen your memory and you want to have a bulletproof memory, practice backwards. So often you guys are practicing forwards. And just to be clear what backwards practice means if you're a little bit new, backwards practice does not mean you literally practice backwards. It means that you start from a certain point and play forwards. And then you backtrack by one measure or two measures or whatever that you decide on, and then still play forwards. And by doing that, you're going to have to find uncomfortable positions and make those comfortable. Okay. You can, by the way, it's a really good tip as well if you ever have to prepare a speech or presentation. Okay. Speaking of presentation, Oliver, I really enjoyed this performance. My only suggestion, I don't want to go too far in depth, is that your articulation can be so much cleaner. It's good. It's definitely good. But if you can start to focus on, for example, the difference between in measure 7, the staccatissimo on the left hand, and then the accent that comes in with the connected notes in the right hand, the octave. You see how much detail there is in here? And this is for me what I always think about when I think about this composer is this kind of attention to articulation, attention to dynamics. He was really good at building these very narrative or story-like pieces. So if you can bring this piece to life, this piece will be a home run as far as any performance that you do. People are going to love this kind of piece. It's like a crowd pleaser. It sounds fun. So A, memorize it, and B, try to improve your articulation because that's the only real thing that's not like fully there for me. Okay. All right. Moving forward, Oliver Chen. I want some people to try Oliver's piece because it's a fun piece. Everyone try this. This is called a two-note phrase. And the way that you practice this, everyone should be able to play this, no problem. It's finger 5 on E in the bass, and then there's a stretch position where you go to middle C. This is called a two-note phrase. And what you're going to be doing whenever you play this is you're going to go down, up, down, up. I'm not actually sure if you're doing that or not, Oliver. That's why I'm having everybody do it. Are you doing that motion with your hand? Like down, up, up.
Yeah, I just don't have my overhead camera.
Oh, okay. Can you show us one more time from 41 left hand only?
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I should be more specific. So what I mean by the down, up, up is I don't hear the down. And in order to hear down, it's not that you're just playing the notes or putting your finger down. It's actually that you're making this heavier. Just like in a waltz, if anyone were to ever have done a waltz, if anyone does ballet, you know that in a waltz, your downbeat is the heaviest. 1, 2, 3, 1. And that's what you're supposed to be representing here, Oliver. See if you can get a heavier beat 1.
Okay.
And when you have your wrist, can you make sure that your wrist goes down, up, down, up? Don't be afraid to drop your arm weight from your elbow and your shoulder. Make sure you're fully relaxed. Okay. That's it. Good. Anyone else want to try that? Yeah, Manhart. Yeah, that's nice. And by the way, when you guys are doing this, don't forget to play the other ones lightly. Yes, this was for you, Grace. This was the thing I was going to suggest. Go ahead. I know she's excited to play here.
All right.
E, yeah, E.
Yep, there we go.
Oh, nice. You got all the notes. Good. Anyone else want to try it? Okay, let's move forward. For Krutash, in general, you're doing fine. I just want you to add the chords in. At this point, you already know all the chords. We talked about it. And I also saw what Dr. Jason chatted with you about the other day. He's right, by the way. You can go a little bit slower as well. This is not that fast of a piece. And then, of course, Miss Grace, you did really, really good. I think the only thing that you had trouble on was this one finger switch right here. Can anyone besides Miss Grace and Krutash, because I talk to you guys about it all the time, what is a finger switch? And what is a finger switch? This is the last question. We'll wrap it up here and you guys can go. What is a finger switch? This is technically not a finger switch, but it's close enough to think of it that way. Her fourth finger right now is on A, but her first finger is going to go to A. She can find that position without looking down simply by trading her fourth finger with her first finger, which I think you weren't thinking about, Grace. Yeah, but if you do that, you'll be more confident. So can you just do that one transition for us here? So finger 4 is on A.
Oh, wait, how many? Okay. Oh, wait, I keep playing one.
Just two. Oh, and then just to be clear, after you have this, after you have that, you're gonna put your thumb to that same note to where finger 4 is. Okay, that'll solve that problem. And by the way, one more suggestion to everybody: if you ever see this in music, it's pretty rare. These are called railroad tracks. You actually can take a break. So there's a railroad tracks, and you can take a break. That's like a rest of sorts. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This is Introductory Performance Seminar for Friday, and you guys are good to go. Enjoy your